How often are we willing to step out onto the unknown waters, into places that are very, very uncomfortable, thinking that it could be absolute I can't think of the word, but not good. Fear causing us to not step out. Sometimes we need to do things that are very, very uncomfortable for us, knowing it may aggravate somebody else, but because of their fear, we need to be their David. We need to be their Aaron. David stepping forward for Saul's armies. Aaron speaking for Moses. Because fear sometimes can paralyze us the way it used to paralyze me many, many, many years ago. To step out and to do things that are out of the normal realm, knowing that someone may get upset with it, but trusting one thing: God makes good of all things, both good and bad. And no matter what we do, if it is God's will, He will use that for His greater glory. So we need to learn that sometimes we can step out, like David did. In front of Saul's armies, there is David facing Goliath, a giant. And David casts the stone. And now it is in flight. We must trust that that stone, being in flight, will strike Goliath and crush him the way David's stone did. We must sometimes step out on those unknown waters, trusting Him. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I'll find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, where my faith will stand. And I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, you are mine. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. He may fail and fear surrounds me. You've never failed, and you won't stop now. And I will call upon your name, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace, for I am yours, you are mine. Trusting the Lord when we step out on those unknown waters are so frightening. Knowing that He has us, His sovereign hand will be my guide. I need to walk forward. I need to cast that stone that David cast. Sometimes because others can't slay their Goliath. Sometimes we need to step forward and be Aaron for Moses. But this is where we need to submit to God and understand that sometimes the fear will cause us to not do these things, fearing that we're going to upset the apple cart. And And then we're not trusting God. Listen to these words. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Listen to those words. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Just think about that. Call me out upon the waters, to step out into the depths that we know in our mind we can drown. We can lose everything because our fear can cause us to not do that. Look at Peter. Lord, I want to do that. Can I walk on the water? Come, Jesus said. Peter stepped out of the boat, was walking on the water, and then fear caused him to fall below the waves. And there was Jesus reaching down with his hand. Here, I'm here. And I will call upon your name. This is where we need to call upon Jesus. Help, save me, and keep my eyes above the waves. Keep our eyes above the waves that are trying to drown us. Say, no, 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 no. I know you have me, Lord. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For we are his. His grace abounds in deepest waters. When we trust him, his sovereign hand will guide us to do the things that we need to do that are clearly outside of our normal scopes of our understandings. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and soul. Lean not on your understandings. Submit to him, and he will make straight your path. This is where we need to do things that simply don't align with normal worldly ideas. The world is against us. So the world wants to crush us. So fear comes in because we hear the world telling us it's insane to do these things. But we need to understand his sovereign hand. He's omniscient. No matter what we do, he can take it and make good of it, as long as we are willing to step out upon the waters. The great unknown, where feet may fail, where we need to step out there to find him, where our faith must stand upon the top of those waters and say, no, I will not sink below these waters, because I know that you are with me and your sovereign hand will be my guide. For your grace abounds in this situation. in the depths of fear, when I reach to you, Lord, I know you will pull me up and put me back on top of the water. For I trust in you, Lord. For this is what I need to go. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Do we trust him? Do we trust the Spirit to lead us? To have no borders with our trust. To walk on those waters where he's calling us. For him to take us further out from the beach. The beach is here. The waters go deeper and deeper and deeper. Are we willing to walk out there and say, Lord, I know you have us. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Are you willing to say, Spirit, lead me, to give me trust that has no borders? Shatter the borders. Be David. Sling that stone and crush the fears. Walk upon the waters where the Lord is calling you to walk. Let him take you deeper than anything our feet could ever think, anything our minds could ever think, to make our faith stronger. Because it's in the presence of our Savior. How can we lose? Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters, wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Trust in the Lord. You call me out upon the waters to face our fears. The great unknown, we don't know what's there in front of us. We have no idea. It may be nothing. It may be all our own figment of our imagination. Our feet may never fail, but in our minds, we think they will. You call me out upon the waters, the great unknown. Lean it not on our understandings. And there I'll find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, in our minds. All of this anxiety, this cesspool of fear is so deep, but it doesn't really exist because God is there. My faith will stand. Will you call upon his name? And I will call upon your name. Will you keep your eyes above the waves trusting the Lord. And keep my eyes above the waves. When the oceans are rising, the waters are coming up. God is present. He's right there with us. We can stand on the top of the water or we can sink below it. It's up to us to trust Him. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For we are His. He will not fail us. Think of these words now. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. This is where we face our fears, understanding that He is going to give us His love, His grace to carry us through our fears. Our fears are sin. He's giving us grace because He's giving us strength to face our sin, to face our fears. His sovereign hand being our guide. Where in our minds, our feet are going to fail and we're going to drop below the waters. Our fear is surrounding us like a whirlpool wanting to suck us down into it. And Jesus is saying, whoa, calm your storm with me. He's never failed and He's not going to now. Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Do you trust Him to be your guide? Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you never fail, and you won't start now. Above the waves, when oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Trust in the Lord. Spirit, lead me. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are mine. Trust Him and know that He is God. Being still, but walking forward, casting the stone, knowing that Goliath will fall. even though that little fear wants to play in your mind. Know that He is God and that He will be exalted. And for Him to be exalted, for His glory, He must declare victory. Trust in Him always. Have a truly blessed day.